It is time to leave your worries outside and laugh with us inside the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley along with Trey Trenholm and Raj Sharma. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. There have been a number of interesting stories coming from the Texas-Mexico border. There was the bologna smuggler. That was a fun one. There was, I believe it was the heroin smuggler that was smuggling a couple of tubes internally. That was a fun one. Mm-hmm. But I imagine the bologna smuggler was more fun for the canine than the heroin sniffing. But job's got to get done. And Customs and Border Patrol is a very difficult job. And it's one that forges ahead at all times. Like this story. The Texas Border Patrol arrested a woman trying to smuggle drugs in multiple internal cavities. Usually when you hear about these stories, it's like one.
Mm-hmm.
Here, it's multiple.
It's multitasking.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure even a drug mule is saying, that's too many. Just give him one.
What? I mean, there's two options on a woman. I don't.
Oh, Trey, you're thinking so myopically.
Oh, my bad.
A female U.S. citizen was arrested trying to cross the Paso del Norte International Crossing in El Paso with drugs hidden in multiple internal cavities. That's according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Multiple internal cavities. Just after midnight, a CBP canine team performed a sweep of pedestrians waiting in line to enter the United States. The canine alerted to the presence of narcotics when passing a female border crosser who was in the line. The woman was selected for a second exam, then obtained a search warrant authorizing a medical exam. She was taken to an area medical center where she received a CT scan. I like to think that before they put her in the machine, they ask her, is there anything you want to tell us? Or are you going to make us use this machine? And she just goes, mm-mm.
All of a sudden, she's the teacher from the Peanuts.
I'm just saying. I'm just assuming that if she's using multiple cavities to, smuggle drugs, it would make sense that her mouth would be one of them.
It's interesting how good you are at speaking with your mouth full.
Sometimes you just walk into them, Dan. I'm just saying.
I can't even be mad at that. I got nothing.
I'm surprised Tara doesn't walk in and go, no, I don't want steak for dinner.
Shrimp. Anyway, the woman was taken to an area medical center where she received a CT scan. The scan showed foreign objects concealed internally. The woman then removed the bundles, and they all tested positive for either meth or fentanyl. The drugs and the woman were turned over to Texas DPS for prosecution. By the way, this was just one of 9 people who were caught trying to smuggle fentanyl and meth in internal cavities from Mexico to the United States over last weekend. So once again,
she turned them over. So obviously they were in one of 2 spots because I'm thinking like she swallowed some, or like they installed a port somewhere that,
maybe.
Nothing that exciting.
You're right. She turned over the drugs, likely after being turned over herself. Here you go.
So I guess they just don't do cavity searches anymore. They get a scan first before they go sticking their fingers in places.
I guess so. I mean, I'd rather put if I'm a border patrol agent, I would much rather stick you in the CT machine than for me to dig in there manually.
Sure.
I mean it. Is this yours? But yeah, I really do like to think that before they put her in the machine, like, you going to make us use this, or you just want to go ahead and tell us what you got? All right, I'm going to put you through. But good on them. Good on Customs and Border Patrol finding all the drugs hidden inside multiple cavities of this U.S. citizen crossing into the United States from Mexico. And again, while the story says multiple cavities, it doesn't specify in the news article which ones. Because if we're being honest, you got the two down below. I mean, kind of three. The third one's really, really small, but it is there. That's 3. Mouth is 4. You got 2 ears. That's 6. Why are you looking at me like that? Those are all holes.
Hey, what you do in the privacy of your own bedroom is between you and Tara, okay?
Not in the ear to
Are we
the-
gonna? I was about to say the same thing. Why do you always have to go ear?
I shudder to think what your belly button looks like.
Hang on a minute. Let me send you a photo.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you love guns or hunting, you're going to love Defender Outdoors. Defender Outdoors Shooting Center is 43,000 square feet of guns, gun range, and gun fun. Firearms, ammo, apparel, accessories, and more. Have a bachelor party, birthday, or team building event? All-inclusive packages available for endless entertainment. Training classes are added weekly, and private instruction is always available. Come see why Defender has been voted the best gun range in North Texas 5 years in a row. Visit us at defenderoutdoors.com. Defender Outdoors. Are you a defender?
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Defender Outdoors. Defender Outdoors is Fort Worth's premier indoor gun range. They do have memberships, and with memberships to Defender Outdoors, you unlock some excellent benefits. But it is also open to the public if you want to go get some training in on the range to take care of you there. And then I'll obviously shop the amazing 6,000 square feet of retail space where their retail associates have amazing items for you to purchase: guns, ammo, knives, gear, optics, and lots of knowledge from them to help you with that next purchase. And when you shop Defender Outdoors, whether it's in-store or online at defenderoutdoors.com, use the code Treehouse for special discounts. Use code Treehouse at Defender Outdoors. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan. He's Trey. That there is Mr. Raj Sharma. There was some alarming news that came out the other day that I wanted to throw at you guys, and that is that according to a recent speech celebrating the golden age of American innovation, the director of White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, Michael Kratsios, made a striking statement. He said, "Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space." So, in short, the White House, the United States government, says, we have technology that can manipulate time and space. His remark was meant to underscore the administration's confidence in the transformative power of emerging technologies and its ongoing commitment to reducing regulatory barriers that may hinder progress. I, for one, am one of those that feels like a little bit of regulation goes a long way. Like if you have time and space technology, I don't want just anyone running around Washington with that. I would like some people to have a little say-so about, like, I don't think you should have that. Kind of like telling a kid, no running with scissors.
Yeah, that's because that could be very dangerous. if put in the wrong hands.
What?
That could be very dangerous. That was groundbreaking, insightful commentary. That manipulating, the space-time continuum could go awry.
Could be problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
mean-
what if it's not what if the glitches aren't all out? And you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I have a hard enough time with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I trust the government with time and space technology.
Yeah.
We have the Secretary of Defense is putting stuff in chat rooms. I don't want. And look, and this is something that is apolitical, but it could be politicized very easily. And I'm going to just very briefly, but bear with me, okay? If you're a Democrat, I'm sure you don't want Trump or Trump's administration having time and space technology to play with. On the flip side, if you're a Republican, you damn well didn't want to know if Joe Biden or any of his people had the ability to run around the White House with time and space technology, especially he might think it's the soup dispenser. So I just don't feel comfortable with really any elected official, i.e. politician, having control over that. This is where I really, really hope and pray that there is some military and science people that are in control of these things as fail safes. So nothing weird happens.
I'm going to go a step further and just say there's some things we really shouldn't mess with.
Mhm.
And space and time, yeah, that's something we're probably not up to handling.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're at the Masters right now.
We can't
Raj-
we can't keep planes in the air. Let's work on that.
Yeah,
Gravity's still whipping our ass. Let's solve gravity first, and then maybe we can tackle space time.
that's an excellent point. Once we can master getting from point A to point B, then maybe we can shift around different planes of dimensions.
Because here's the problem. Other problem is we start regulating space time like we have a handle on it. It's going to be like nuclear weapons. We only want certain people to have it, but then other people are going to get it. Then you're going to have someone like North Korea that all of a sudden, is threatening to mess with the space-time continuum.
Mm-hmm. And eventually it's going to be privatized, and you'll have someone like Jeff Bezos, trying to mess around with time and space. And next thing you know, you got Katy Perry floating around somewhere in the fourth dimension going, I feel connected.
This is all about love.
I really, you want to take something that just went horribly awry. I mean, there's a perfect meme of CBS. Our morning show ratings can't get any lower. Gail King, hold my beer.
We sent our anchor to space, and we're still tanking in the ratings.
Yeah, and she managed to totally turn it into a debacle.
I do wonder, though, with this, not premonition, but with this admission that the U.S. government / White House might have time and space technology that can manipulate realities. The comments were part of a broader vision to empower private sector innovation and accelerate scientific breakthroughs. While some experts urged caution and further validation, the emphasis on unleashing bold ideas and supporting cutting-edge research reflects a forward-thinking approach to technology policy, one that aims to position the United States at the forefront of global innovation. I just wonder, does that mean that somewhere in the White House, they say, Mr. President, we have time and space technology that is now under your control. And so when Biden left office, he took off his infinity gauntlet and handed it over to Trump. And now they're just running around with bejeweled stuff on their hand going, wee, look at me. Look what I can do.
Real life endgame.
Except right now, it'll just be, Captain America versus a Diet Coke and a Big Mac. Because it's less about time and space and more about, I'm hungry. What do I want for lunch? Anyway, my whole point with this was that it scared me that they actually admitted this publicly. That, we have this type of stuff. And then said, on top of that, Actually, we're trying to have less regulations on it, and we're welcoming the private sector to get their hands on it as well.
When CERN all of a sudden sinks into the middle of the Earth, then you'll know we have messed with time and space. Until then, I'm gonna go. They're just full of crap.
Oh, you think you're just making it up?
Yeah.
It's just posturing, maybe trying to tell China or Russia. It's like, if we want, we can snap our fingers and you'll go bye-bye.
I mean,
It's a good line.
we'll screw it. I mean, we don't. Do you know what the grandfather paradox is?
I think we've talked about it before, but I don't recall.
So it's the if you went back in time and killed your grandfather, would you still? What would happen to you?
Mm-hmm.
Because technically you erase yourself in the timeline, and then but it's theoretical stuff that we're all too dumb to understand.
Yeah.
But I just have to, when we start messing with the space-time continuum, I mean, something bad is going to happen. I mean, all of a sudden we're going to have giant dildos on our head like we're unicorns. Something bad's going to happen. We are going to really screw things up.
God, Bill, you see what you did? Look what I got growing out of my head. Now I have an entire alien population that's showing up on my forehead, ready to party.
Bring me your ear.
Customs and Border Patrol is going to have a hell of a day.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
Let's get Daniel Cook from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration into the Treehouse. Their number for your free roof inspection, 833-COOK-DFW, the website cookdfw.com. The RMS Treehouse Listeners Foundation exists to help the families of fallen DFW police officers and firefighters killed in the line of duty. And we've been very fortunate over the years to partner with some outstanding companies wanting to help. And today we get to add Cook DFW's name to that list of excellent sponsors to the foundation because, Daniel, you and your wife, Carrie, have said, you know what? We love our community and we want to do something to give back to our first responders in DFW, right?
Dan, that's absolutely correct. And, truth be known, Carrie has given to the foundation for quite so many years. But now at a company level, I think we are wanting to definitely, beef that up and start giving back to the foundation. And it's unfortunately, this is a foundation nobody wants to have to donate to, but it's the real world is that these things do happen. And it's the type of foundation that you don't want around, but you definitely want it to be, available to the families that need it. And so over the next couple of months, a portion of all the proceeds from the work done from Treehouse listeners that call in and let us know that they heard about you on the show, we're going to be donating to the RMS Treehouse Listeners Foundation and making sure that we can keep that very stable in the accounting side and have funds available that when the families need it, it's going to be there. So we're very fortunate to be a part of the organization, and we look forward to trying to assist and help as much as we can.
Not only a company that cares about you as a client, but Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration also cares about its first responders in our communities. So give them a call for your roofing and restoration needs. 833-COOK-DFW. 833-COOK-DFW. Make sure you tell them you heard about them in the Treehouse and the website, cookdfw.com.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. To get your free roof inspection to see if your roof is ready for the next storm, call 833-COOK-DFW or go to cookdfw.com. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley along with Trey Trenholm and Raj Sharma. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. Trey, you look like you've got something you're ready to say to me.
No, I just,
you've got that S eating grin on your face.
I just, if we do start messing with the space-time continuum, and you're gonna have people going through security smuggling drugs, and they're gonna open up their shirt and Quado's gonna pop out.
Man, I love a good Total Recall reference.
That's yeah.
Fentanyl. So another story that came out recently that I wanted to throw at you guys, kind of on top of the scientific stuff, is whether or not this is real. We've had another declassification of a CIA document, and this one is really, really fascinating because this declassified Cold War era file from the CIA has gone viral over its coverage of a supposed clash between Soviet soldiers and a UFO. Passengers of the UFO reportedly turned the troops to stone before blasting off. Get all that? So a declassified Cold War era CIA file claims Soviet soldiers clashed with aliens who landed, and then the aliens turned the Russian soldiers to stone. This didn't even make NBC Nightly News. This is just stuff this is just internet news, and I don't know if I should believe it or not. It's up there with that guy it's up there with that Indian man who allegedly married a goat because he couldn't find any good women. I still haven't been able to see if that's true or not, but I don't know.
I think they might have just worded it wrong, and it was like aliens landed and got the Russians stoned.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
because then at least you get the party aliens.
I think that's the only kind, right? That would come here.
Yeah.
It's like there's spring break.
Well, I mean, it's either spring breaker aliens or family vacay aliens.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
we get the National Lampoon version.
I feel like Earth would be to aliens what Mexico is to us right now as far as safety and spring break.
Oh yeah.
Not very.
Yeah. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, the CIA acquired a 250-page KGB report recounting the events that transpired after a platoon fired at a flying saucer over Ukraine. The report included eyewitness accounts and pictures of the aftermath, which one American agent described as a horrific picture of revenge on the part of extraterrestrial creatures, a picture that makes one's blood freeze. I've never read any CIA reports, but most police report type things I see, they try to keep the editorializing to a minimum. But the report claims Soviets conducted a training exercise in Ukraine, spotted a low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer soaring above their heads. During the encounter, one of the Soviets fired a surface-to-air missile, which struck the UFO and sent it crashing to the ground. After escaping the debris of their ruined ship, the beings huddled together and merged into a single object that acquired a spherical shape, according to this report. In a few seconds, the spheres grew much bigger and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles. Only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived. The KGB allegedly took custody of the petrified soldiers and the ruined spacecraft, which were transported to a secret base near Moscow. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that one.
I don't either.
And start with that they shot down a UFO.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, and it was in Ukraine. I'm going to go, they were doing some testing on some weird stuff and killed their own people.
It's also very possible. I also wonder, on this KGB report that the CIA got their hands on, did they check to see who wrote the report? Was it signed Agent Vladimir Putin? And did they catch the postscript where it says he punched the flying saucer out of the sky with his bare hands, with his shirt off?
And then got on his horse.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because if you're writing Russian fan fiction, that's a pretty good place to start. Although in this case, the Russians don't come out very, very good. So maybe it's not fan fiction. Maybe this is CIA fiction. I don't know.
They're always testing, various technologies, like the stealth fighter that we had in '77. Like that's when that technology started. They didn't release it until the '90s. So they were flying over San Francisco, and people were calling in UFOs then. So it could just be something as innocuous as that.
Yeah. All the experimental aircraft type of things. Like I even saw a story the other day that said some guy who was hiking, he said he walked into Area 51 and saw things you wouldn't believe. I'm like, you're right, I don't believe it. No one just walks into Area 51, especially on foot with some middle-aged backpacker and your hiking poles.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a place where they forgot to put like sensors, and this guy just happened to just find it and just kept walking. And now he's just, he just lands at Area 51, and there's just a bunch of aliens outside smoking cigarettes and chatting with the other military guys.
All right, that's how you might know Doge has gone too far. You cut one position too many.
Yeah.
We left a hole in the perimeter at Area 51, and some random hiker got in.
Yeah, but nobody's ever taken, like, he had to have had a phone on him. Like, take some pictures. Let's see what you saw.
Anyway, this CIA document, by the way, was declassified in 2000 and originally covered by the Canadian Weekly World News and the Ukrainian paper Holos Ukraini.
Wait,
but
Weekly World, is that the same that had Bat Boy?
Yeah.
No, this is the Canadian Weekly World News. I think the one that we're used to, Trey, that had Bat Boy was the U.S. version of Weekly World News. So I don't know how crazy the Canadian version is.
It's crazy, but very polite.
Yeah. Sorry, but.
Sorry.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you miss any part of the Treehouse show and you're listening to us right now on the radio, you can catch up with the Treehouse Show podcast. Available on all major platforms like Spotify, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music, and more. It is the Treehouse Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcasts. This is the Treehouse. I'm Dan. He's Trey. That is Raj. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. Coming off U.S. claiming to have time and space technology, whether or not aliens flew over Russia, got shot down, and then turned 23 Russian soldiers into stone. Let's bring it back to reality just a little bit. Let's talk Amanda Bynes. So last week we talked about Amanda Bynes because it was her birthday. And then someone called in on Treehouse Talkback and said, have you seen her lately? And we hadn't seen the most recent photo. Yes, Trey?
Is this the new segment, Teabagging with Dan and Raj?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Do we have music for that? Hang on. Let me see.
We need to get some production.
Maybe this one. Oh, that's too distracting. Is that too distracting of a segment opening music?
No, I don't think so. I think
all right. Well, then let's fire up Teabagging with Dan and Raj.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's great, but you ought to try something new.
Oh, no.
You would still have this song.
And it likes to be tickled too.
I do.
I got a one to drop on your load and dock deliveries and career. So, buddy, let's play while the wife's away. Let me get you another beer.
Ready for it.
Pop you in the pooper, buddy, until I hear you squeal. If it hurts at first, that'll pass, and then you'll see how good it feels.
Raj has never looked so mortified.
Yeah, that's a frightening song.
But it's one Trey and I know very, very well. All right, it's time for Teabagging with Dan and Trey.
Probably should have been a warning sign.
Raj, sorry. What's that?
That probably should have been a warning sign. Should leave it at that.
I agree. Longtime listeners are giggling hard right now. All right, so Amanda Bynes has joined OnlyFans, and it's big news. However, it's not exactly what you think. Okay, Amanda Bynes took to social media last week to let her followers know that she's ready to take OnlyFans by storm. She said, "I'm on OnlyFans now. Disclaimer, I'm doing OnlyFans to chat with my fans through DMs. I will not be posting any sleazy content. Excited to join." So there you have it. Amanda Bynes joining OnlyFans for a mere $50 a month. You can chat with the former child star, Amanda Bynes.
Wow, $50.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That'll be fascinating to see what kind of response she gets. Because if she gets a good one, holy crap.
And again, and that's especially considering she's claiming that she's not going to be doing any adult content stuff. It's just straight up what OnlyFans was meant to be, which is a connection between famous-ish people and their fans. And then, all the adult stars got in on it and turned it into a very prolific
and
adult site.
OnlyFans became profitable.
Yeah, exactly. Before that, it was really like, I don't think we're going to last much longer. And then the adult industry stepped in or slid in, and next thing you know, it's gaping. OnlyFans, that is. Yeah. So now, if you want to chat with Amanda Bynes, you can for a mere $50 a month.
Yeah. Have you seen what she looks like these days?
Yes.
It's pretty terrifying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She jacked her face up.
Yeah, and well,
Literally and with the tattoo.
Yeah, with the heart tattoo on her face.
I am. Go ahead, Raj.
No, just like with the heart tattoo on the face, I'm just like, how they have the teardrops.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've killed somebody or whatever. I wonder what the heart would mean for white girls that have undergone too much plastic surgery. I wonder if it's to distract you from what her actual face looks like.
Yeah, there's not a tattoo big enough to distract that.
Yeah.
So I did see a story, and I can't find it at the moment, that apparently she stands to make a lot of money. I don't know how many people have joined already because this came out last week. And if we're being honest, based on how she looks now versus, when she did her last film, maybe most of her subscribers would prefer she not do any adult content. It's like, we'll give you the $50 a month. Just keep your clothes on.
Yeah, I mean, just wait till she gets off her meds again, because when she was off them last time, she was walking around downtown Los Angeles naked.
Oh, okay, so good. So inevitably she'll be off her meds, and then it will be off with her clothes.
Yes, and then OnlyFans, her OnlyFans subscribers will finally get what they were looking for, I think.
Will they?
I mean, there's a girl that these guys are paying that girl to pee on stuff, so I wouldn't see why Amanda Bynes.
You're right. Yeah, because there is the girl that's on OnlyFans going around, tinkling on everything. She can hover over. Had you told me that Amanda Bynes had joined OnlyFans and that she was running around town tinkling on things, that I would have believed first. I would have believed that more than her joining OnlyFans for $50 a month without any adult content whatsoever.
Yeah. And that's a lot. $50 is a lot. That's per month, right?
Yeah, that's per month.
Wow, that is wild. Like that would
It's got to have a shelf life. I mean, how much can you really get? How much are you really needing to know about Amanda Bynes? What, more than 3-4 months worth?
I don't even think that much. I mean, I think everybody's just going to ask what she's done to her face, and then that'll be it.
I did see a story that some of her close friends and family are trying to tell her, don't do this. It's going to be bad. It's not good for you. But then again, if you're making $50 a month per person and all they do is ask you really horrible, degrading things, then maybe it's worth it.
I don't know.
I mean, you do that on OnlyDance for what? $10 a month?
Yeah. By comparison, my subscription plan completely reasonable.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
It's not OnlyFans, but you can subscribe to Treehouse Plus on Patreon. When you do that, you get bonus content and subscriber-only episodes, including video, and it's all available at patreon.com/treehouseonair. Patreon, patreon.com/treehouseonair to subscribe to Treehouse Plus today. And speaking of Treehouse Plus, if you subscribe to our top tier, which is Ultimate Treehouse, you can join the very live evening show next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, live online, the Treehouse, Ultimate Treehouse live episode at night. Treehouse at night. It's got a ring to it. Oh, then it might be kind of like OnlyFans.
Yeah, you can ask Dan to do all sorts of degrading things.
And I may even make Trey show some feet. So you can hang out with us at nighttime when you go to patreon.com/treehouseonair and subscribe to Treehouse Plus to get the live show at night. That is Ultimate Treehouse. Back inside the regular Treehouse now. I'm Dan. He's Trey. That is Raj. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. Let's celebrate with some birthdays. Hang on, I lost my birthdays. Yep, there it is. Okay, here we go. Chloe Kim, Olympic gold medal snowboarder, is 25 today. Chloe Kim is 25 today. Model and actress, I think, Gigi Hadid, is 29. It's Gigi and Bella. Are there any other Hadids, or is it just those two?
Those are the two kids. Then the dad is pretty active on social media as well. On Instagram.
Is he known for anything besides social media? Like, is he an actor or something? Someone I would know?
I think he's a restaurateur.
Okay.
I believe, if I'm correct.
Well, Gigi Hadid is, I'm sorry, she is 30 today. She is 30. Turning 35 is Dev Patel. Dev Patel turns 35 today. He is the star of Slumdog Millionaire. He was also in Chappie, very good movie. And he is the star of the recent action film Monkey Man. Dev Patel turns 35 today. Gemma Whalen from Game of Thrones is 44. Jamie King from the Sin City movies and a few other things, she is 46 today. Joanna Krupa turns 46 as well. Whenever I hear her name, I always think of the Super Mario Brothers, like the Koopas.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just when I see her name, that's what I think of. But she finished 4th on season 9 of Dancing with the Stars. And yeah, that's really about all I know about her. Was she the one that, like, Trey, did she date Terrell Owens or something? Or were they paired up in some way? That sound familiar? No idea?
I have no earthly idea.
Just a peek inside my brain. Maybe they were on The Apprentice together. Whatever. Joanna Krupa, 46 today. Cal Penn is 48 today. He is White House Press Secretary Seth Wright on Designated Survivor, Dr. Kuttner on House, and Kumar in the Harold and Kumar movies. And it's also Cal Penn is probably best known as the guy that gets all the roles that Raj auditioned for when he lived in L.A.
Yes.
Well, he was also like he had some position in the Obama administration, which is what led to him on the whole Designated Survivor character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing, to leave Hollywood and go do the serve your country thing in a political manner and, still get to go back.
And then capitalize on it. Yeah.
Yeah. The American dream, right? So anyway, Cal Penn, 48 today. John Oliver also is 48 today. He is the star of Last Week Tonight, formerly of The Daily Show. John Cena is also 48 today. I think I saw on Max the other day just a quick little glimpse of a little teaser of Peacemaker season 2, which I'm very excited about. That's going to come out at some point this year. Look, I'm very excited for this year when it comes to my entertainment. Movies, shows that are coming out this year that I am really, really excited for, because the writer's strike that happened put a bunch of these projects on shelves, and now they're all coming out. Handmaid's Tale is dropping new episodes. The Last of Us started dropping new episodes. The Accountant 2 comes out this weekend. Oh, hell yeah. Thunderbolts comes out in a couple of weeks. Stranger Things season 5 is coming out later this year. John Cena, Peacemaker season 2, the new Superman movie this year. Whoo! I'm excited.
The re-release of Dogma. That is what's going to make 2025 great, because they finally got it out of Harvey Weinstein's hands, and can be re-released and hopefully stream.
Hell yeah! See, it's a big
Kevin
year.
Smith's greatest work.
It is some fine work. And I think someone even mentioned it the other day on our Patreon.
Especially now that you look back on it, and the fact that you have both Carlin and Alan Rickman in it, who are both obviously tragically gone.
James Arnold on our Patreon commented the other day, being nice to artificial intelligence makes me think of the scene from Dogma, but you forgot to say God bless you. God, you're right. That's a great movie.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
Sponsorship opportunities are available here inside the Treehouse. If you're interested, just shoot us an email, treehouseonair@gmail.com. That's treehouseonair@gmail.com to advertise right here inside the Treehouse Show. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan. He's Trey. That is Raj. Just a little bit more left in the Treehouse Show for today. And what I have left for you is something tragic. So tragic. Did you guys hear about the Red Robin bottomless burger passes?
No.
What?
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, Red Robin announced that they were selling a bottomless burger passes, which will get you a burger and a bottomless side every day of the month of May for just $20. We're used to seeing this every year from Olive Garden, where you get the bottomless pasta bowl and you go to the website, you sign up to get basically the gift card. It costs a certain amount of money. And for a certain amount of time, you get endless pasta every time you go. And it's a huge moneymaker for Olive Garden. So Red Robin decided to get in on it. The problem is now these Red Robin burger passes are really difficult to find. So when they announced it last week, the bottomless burger pass, a burger and a bottomless side every day of the month of May for only $20, they sold out instantly. And to make matters worse, the website crashed. And so many people weren't even able to get the satisfaction of seeing that they were too late because the website had crashed. Red Robin never said how many of the passes they were going to be selling, only that there were a limited number and that they would go quickly. Fans were frustrated and vented on social media. One person saying, "I spent an hour refreshing for the burger pass. What incredible incompetence." Someone else said, "It was easier to get tickets to Taylor Swift than it is to get a Red Robin burger pass."
I didn't realize Red Robin was Red Lobster's retarded cousin.
You use the R word. I feel like that should be some sort of like a swear jar fine.
No, because I mean this is bottomless shrimp are what put Red Lobster out of business.
Red Lobster's still in business. It just really put him behind the 8 ball.
I don't think they are. Are there still some around? Because they were in bankruptcy and they're closing.
Oh, no, they're still around. You know how I know? Because every time it's my mom's birthday, guess where she wants to go? Red Lobster. And since we started telling her no more Red Lobster, guess where she likes to go now? Red Robin.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm in red hell. Red Robin did apologize for the website going down, saying, "We did everything we could to anticipate interest in the Bottomless Burger Pass, but due to overwhelming excitement, our website and supporting systems crashed." They're also hyping another sweepstakes that offers free burgers for a year. They've posted details about that on their website, which is working now, but there will only be 12 winners. So keep that in mind. And speaking of chain restaurant problems, Buffalo Wild Wings is doing another dine-in all-you-can-eat boneless wings promotion on weekdays. Costs $20, but if you can eat over 20 wings, it's at least a 25% discount, and there's no sharing. That's one of the rules. So, discounts at chain restaurants are flowing. Yay.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around eating 20 wings. Like I couldn't even begin.
I was about to say I could do that, no problem. But sometimes the wings at Buffalo Wild Wings can be on the pretty big. I mean, that would be like 2 or 3 chickens. No, and don't get me wrong, I love the garlic parm and the Asian zing sauce, but I don't know if I'd make it to 20.
Yeah, I don't think so. I couldn't do that. That's like competitive eating. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah. So if you're trying to get a Red Robin Bottomless Burger Pass, I guess you're SOL at this point.
Yeah.
Or if you really want, shoot me an email, and I'll see if I can put you in touch with my mom, who I'm certain has at least 5 or 6 laying around.
Just, you say it jokingly. I bet there's some that turn up on a secondary market somewhere.
eBay. Quick little tip. If you're trying to find, things like this on the secondary market, like Red Robin Bottomless Burger Passes, and you can't find them on eBay or something else, check Etsy.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. You can get that along with a monogrammed wallet chain.
Sold by a vegetarian hippie.
By the way, in case you're wondering, I started an Etsy store of all presents that I'm getting from my mom for her birthday, so you can join the fun. I have heard, by the way, that people have 6-figure Etsy businesses, and I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Just put stupid stuff online and just let the people buy it and see what happens. Maybe get a couple of Red Robin Bottomless Burger Passes and throw it on there. For all things Treehouse, go to treehouseonair.com. You can also find and follow us on social media. For the show, it's at Treehouse On Air. For me, it's at the Dan O'Malley. For Trey, it's at Trey Trenholm 1. And for Raj, it is at Comedian Raj. We'll see you back in here tomorrow inside the Treehouse.